What's going on YouTube? What's going on YouTube is your boy Jay, aka Marv. Hope everybody's doing well. Corona free is where to be because you know that shit's still going around. But yeah, here tonight it is Thursday night live. Takeover, wrestling takeover, may I say. Hope everybody's doing well. We got some stuff to talk about. As we all know, the Royal Rumble is around the corner. Let me say something about the Royal Rumble. Being a fan for, let's say, 30 plus years, the Royal Rumble is not as it used to be. You know, people used to get excited for the Royal Rumble because the Royal Rumble literally is the road to WrestleMania. But nowadays, it's like people be like, yeah, it's nice, you know, but it's like nobody really gets excited like before. It's like nobody really cares. It's like, come on now, it's the Royal Rumble. Anything can happen. We can have debuts, we can have returns, we can have somebody that was out for a while. You know, like like of course like a return, like I just finished saying, but somebody that's been in the company that's been injured and returns instead of somebody that comes from somewhere else. You know, that hasn't been with the company for years, like Chris Jericho. Hint, hint. Talking about Chris Jericho, was announced today that Chris Jericho is still to believe to be with AEW. So I don't know how true that is. Like I said, there's a lot of things going on with wrestling where before the fans will have more of an idea what was going on, but nowadays the way they're promoting it is like they're trying to have the fans on suspense and not knowing what's exactly next. So it's like, you know, you can try and try to put things together, especially if you pay attention to detail like myself. When I watch wrestling, I try to pay attention to detail. Like, for example, um, the men's Royal Rumble. I got predictions, you know. I got predictions on that because at the end of the day, you have to, as a fan, you know, you got to be like, this can go this way. Well, before we get into that, let's have a quick recap of what happened this week in WWE. And yes, I talk a lot here, a lot about WWE. I've been a WWE fan for years, when it was WWF, um, to now WWE. And it's like I say, you know, a lot of things have changed over the years. But like I said, if you pay attention to detail and you don't jump the high horse, then you'll be, you know, accurate with things. A lot of people are not accurate with things and they get upset. But it's because you expected things to be your way. You have to be realistic. And it's like me as a fan for years, I pay attention to details, but you know, a lot of things happened this week. Starting off with Trick Williams, SmackDown, and Damian Priest, Sami Zayn exploring the chaos. SmackDown centered around rising tension between Trick Williams, Damian Priest, and a hometown hero, Sami Zayn. Their rivalry escalated throughout the night, setting the tone for the upcoming Saturday Night Main Event, which that was another um, thing that was actually another match that was actually pretty good. You know, I have to say that Fatal Four Way for the number one contendership. Even though I picked Randy, I kind of already had an idea who was gonna win, but I was just hoping that the OG was gonna take it. It didn't happen. I should have gone with my gut feeling and, like I said, paid attention to detail. I kind of like went another different. I went a different route, so I kind of like what's the word that I'm looking for? Contradicted myself, and it was like I paid for it. But you know that's the name of the game. You know you could either go the way they want you to go because they're telling you what they're gonna do, and you're like, and that was me. As much as I wanted the OG Randy Orton to win it, because I do want to see Randy Orton win the championship one more time, a couple of more times, honestly speaking. And well, when they went with, you know, I'll talk about that in a few. They went with the person that we already knew was gonna win because it's looking like heading into the Royal Rumble, he's gonna end up taking the championship. But we're gonna get further down to that in a few. But like I was saying, you know, the Saturday main event, and of course we have Randy Orton, RKO Rampage. What the? Randy Orton, RKO. And as the show closed, Randy Orton stormed into the deliver RKO everyone involved. A classic Orton exclamation point heading into the weekend, which it was true. Randy Orton was like, I'm not having it. Everybody's getting it. Even Sami Zayn when the ending of SmackDown was standing next to Orton, and I don't know where he got an RKO, and I was like, if you're going against the Viper, you're gonna get RKO. You can't fall asleep around, especially if you're gonna compete against the man. Anyway, Jacob Fatu crashes Cody Rhodes interview. Jacob Fatu ambushes Cody Rhodes during what was supposed to be a calm interview segment, continuing to the heated feud. Which honestly speaking, that feud between Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes just for the weekend, and it's like I said, just for the weekend. I don't know where it's gonna go further down the line because that match between them two was crazy. Even though it wasn't properly a match, but you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't start off. It didn't even start. It was just crazy. But yeah. Right here, getting into it. Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu turned into a full-scale brawl. The match never officially started, which made it a lot more interesting. And being the way that it ended, I'm not even surprised. Um, Fatu attacked Cody during his entrance, leading to a building-wide fight. Drew McIntyre appeared and destroyed both men, putting them through tables. Which, honestly speaking, Drew McIntyre with that, excuse me, that with that exclamation point, the way he handled the ending of that match, or not even a match, the way he handled that brawl, that he ended it. He ended it. Nobody could have stopped those guys, and he just came out and put both of those guys through tables. I think Cody got the worst part. I think Cody got it worse. Cody was just like, damn. But he ended it. He was just like, you know what? Enough of this. I'm gonna put an end to it. Put Jacob through the table first, and then he put Cody. I think it was a power bomb, and I was just like, Drew McIntyre is a problem. Then of course we had Rhea Ripley and Io Sky retain titles against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. They defeated them in the night officially only championship. Excuse me. Defeated them in the night only championship match. Fast-paced, high-impact tag action kept the crowd. It kept the crowd hot, honestly speaking. Because even myself, I was just like, hmm. But even though, like I said, as much as I was not hoping for a title change, but the way that was making it seem like the expectations of maybe there was going to be a title change because of Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. But I already knew that Io Sky and Rhea Ripley was going to retain. Rio. That's the name of the tag team, Rio. Then of course we had AJ Styles versus Nakamura. Final chapter in a classic hard-hitting match between the two legends. Styles sharpened his momentum heading into his career-threatening match with Gunther at the Royal Rumble. And I have to say that match between Gunther. That match between AJ Styles and Nakamura was crazy. The knee to the face, like it was phenomenal. That's all I have to say. It was just a phenomenal match. Then of course, we had the fatal four way between Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wins the fatal four way, becomes the number one contender. Sami Zayn defeated Randy Orton, Damian Priest, and Trick Williams in a high stakes fatal four way. The Montreal crowd exploded as Sami Zayn secured the Royal Rumble title shot against Drew McIntyre. And getting into that, now that we got through this little notes that I have here, it's looking like Sami Zayn is gonna be the man to dethrone Drew McIntyre. And the reason why I say this is because we already know that Sami Zayn is 3-0 against Drew. 3-0. And it's like that wasn't even for the title. It was just to prove a point. And he just failed miserably because it didn't happen his way. And it's like now that Drew McIntyre has a title, and being that they're gonna fight in Saudi Arabia in the Royal Rumble, nothing against Drew because I love Drew as champion, but I feel like Sami Zayn is gonna win. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be, just jumping the gun. But it's looking that way. It's looking like Sami Zayn. Oh, 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 oh. It's looking like Sami Zayn is gonna dethrone the Scottish Terminator. It's looking that way. It really is. Because for Sami Zayn to win a fatal four-way number one contender against Trick Williams, Randy Orton, and Damian Priest, you know, not saying that he couldn't done it because he did it, but it's just high stakes, and him being now the number one contender heading into the Royal Rumble. I don't know. The momentum is upsetting me. It's looking like Sammy's gonna become the new undisputed world heavyweight champion. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm not promoting Coca-Cola. I just like drinking it. I could be wrong, but it's looking that way. And if that's the case, I'm gonna jump into my Royal Rumble predictions. For the women's Royal Rumble, I feel like Bianca's gonna definitely return. We already seen videos of her in the airport in Saudi Arabia, so you already know she's gonna be there. Naomi, I feel like she's gonna return because you know she already had the baby. I'm sure the baby's probably 4 months right now, something like that. I could be wrong. Or she could be one of the moms that be like, you know what, it's too soon. I want to spend some time with my child, and I'll take my time and come back for SummerSlam or something like that. We don't know. I'm just assuming. This is something that I'm assuming. I haven't seen anything on Naomi. I haven't, I'm just jumping the gun as a fan, assuming. And I'm keeping it real. Zoe Starks, I definitely feel like we're gonna see Zoe Starks return because she's been out for a while now since she had that. What was it? The knee injury. I think she hurt herself real bad, and I remember that match. I was like, oh man. I think she had just came back from that injury, so I think it wasn't 100%. She probably pushed herself, but yeah, that I remember that injury. But hopefully we see Zoe Starks return. I like Zoe Starks. I support her. She's a great wrestler, and when she's in the ring, she does pretty amazing things. And it's unfortunate to see her get hurt the way she did. And hopefully she returns for the Royal Rumble and gets her, her moment. And we never know. Also feel like Saraya, aka Paige, might be making a WWE Royal Rumble return. Why? Because she's been posting videos of her training, and I believe she's no longer with AEW. So it's like, hmm, is she heading back to WWE for the Royal Rumble? That would be dope to see, honestly speaking. And if she's gonna come as Saraya, or if she's gonna come as Paige, I don't know, man. But I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. It's looking pretty good. For the men's Royal Rumble, Judgment Day implodes. There's a lot going on with Judgment Day. You know, Finn Balor attacking AJ Styles and CM Punk on Monday Night Raw wasn't like, we're gonna get into that in a few. But it's like, I don't know. We probably see Dominic return. That'll be dope to see Dominic return. I would definitely like to see LA Knight return. And if LA Knight returns, can we please have my guy finally win the Royal Rumble so he could be the megastar that he is? Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on, WWE. Let my guy be the face that runs the place when AJ Styles steps away. Because at the end of the day, AJ Styles, if he is gonna retire in the Royal Rumble, man, which I'm really hoping he's not. And I know I'm jumping to, different things here, but it's just as a fan, it's like, so much going on this weekend. We got not even hopefully, maybe AJ Styles retirement match, it could be the end of the phenomenal one against Gunther, son of a bitch. It's like it's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in as a fan. We could be having returns, Chris Jericho, Karrion Cross, Powerhouse Hobbs debuts as I forgot Royce, whatever his name is now. Um, Obafemi, you know, it's so much. Like it's so much. I'm just like excited as a fan. I'm excited because Royal Rumble is not getting hype as much as before. The Royal Rumble is a great event. Like I said, it's the road to WrestleMania, and whoever wins the Royal Rumble, which I'm hoping is not Cody Rhodes. That's nothing against Cody. I love you, Cody, but come on, bro. Nah, I don't want to see Cody for the third time as a Royal Rumble winner. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I'm hoping for the men's Royal Rumble, three names. First name I'm gonna throw out there is my guy LA Knight. If he does return, I'm hoping he wins the Royal Rumble. I really hope he wins the Royal Rumble. That's my number one guy. Number two, can't forget about the Tribal Chief. If the Tribal Chief returns, I gotta root for him. CM Punk is already champion. Drew McIntyre is champion, so I gotta root for the Tribal Chief. Whoever decides to face, that's on him. And number three, the badass Braun Breaker. You know, it's obvious that they pushing Braun Breaker. He got suspended. He's back. We don't know who's Paul Heyman's been talking to. It could be the final boss. We don't know. It could be Nick Khan. We don't know. But it's looking like it's the final boss. And I already heard speculations about the final boss popping up at the Royal Rumble. Don't know how true that is because I don't work for the WWE. I'm just a fan that collect figures and love to watch the shows. So, you know, I got no collections. Here is just, actual predictions. And like I said, pay attention to details and try to figure out what's the next move for the storylines or the matches that we're going to get from WWE. I usually have a bottle of water around me. It's always good to have water nearby. You know, I like to have my little Coke here and there, my little Coca Cola here and there, but it's always good to stay hydrated water because. Whew. But yeah, then also Logan Paul, which has nothing to do with the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul predicted something about a possible comeback for Vince McMahon. That'll be dope to see Vince McMahon come back. Honestly speaking, I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad. Vince McMahon shows you, that when he was in charge, wrestling was affordable for us fans, and you know, you start to see the little things that he did for us fans, and we didn't see at that time, But come on, $10 for pay per views every month, man, give me that. Now we paying $30. It's like, just whatever. But anyway, let's get into some figures here tonight. We got some figures we're gonna be unboxing. First figure we're gonna be unboxing here tonight. It is a AEW figure. Talking about AEW, shout out to Tommaso Ciampa on his AEW debut. Excuse me, which I called it last week. I said Tommaso Ciampa is exiting WWE. Don't know where he's headed. Most likely TNA or AEW or New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he made it to AEW. He answered the call last night against oh my god, my mind is going blank. Mark Briscoe for the championship that Mark Briscoe is holding down, which I believe is the TNT championship. And Tommaso Ciampa answered. So I was like, let's go. Good to see Tommaso Ciampa in AEW, because it shows that he exited WWE because he wanted to fight more and new upcoming talent. And at the same time, not for nothing against WWE, but they wasn't really doing nothing with him. They wasn't really doing nothing with him, honestly speaking. Johnny Gargano got his thing going on with his wife now. Tommaso Ciampa is no longer with WWE, so let's see how that works out for them. But anyway, tonight's first figure that we're gonna be unboxing here, it is a Series 90, excuse me, Series 18 Unrivaled Collection. Jeff Jarrett. Already cut the tape on the side. So all we gotta do is unbox. Jeff Jarrett. Picked up this figure from my local Walmart. Shout out to my local Walmart. Also, if you guys follow me on Instagram, that you guys seen recently, I went to my local Walmart early in the morning, and they had the Street Fighter shipper display. Well, not the shipper, not the actual shipper. They had the figures that go in the shipper display in an end cap, which I was a little disappointed because I was like, dang, I wanted to see the chipper because I was gonna be like, hey guys, can you please hold that Street Fighter sign for me? But of course, somebody decided to do that. Somebody that works there decided to do that themselves. Oh man, I just dropped the hand in the garbage. Excuse me. Good thing my garbage is clean, because I would have been upset. Boy, I got two hands here. Now, I don't know why this part right here is so hard to get out. The box, we got double J, double F. Like the way the jacket feels. That's nice. Yo, this is pretty dope. The jacket, the way it feels. It feels like actual leather. You know? There we go. Pretty dope, I have to say. Was not expecting this figure to be this detailed. And I have to say the tie is pretty sick. The jacket, double J, like always, fashion. Because we have to say, you know, Jeff Jarrett always had a style, you know. He never came out looking crazy. He always, if he, I wouldn't be surprised if he started wearing the cowboy hats again. And that would have been dope if he would have had a black cowboy hat with this attire right here. I think I got a cowboy hat somewhere. I will have to look for it. Put it on him. Make it look sick. But yeah, we got Jeff Jarrett at the box. Series 18 Unrivaled Collection. Now jumping into Monday Night Raw. Of course, the Finn Balor ruins the CM Punk versus AJ Styles, which we spoke about earlier. CM Punk puts his World Heavyweight Championship on the line against AJ Styles, but Finn Balor storms in and destroys the match, attacking Punk and regaining their rivalry. AJ Styles' emotional career on the line promo. Styles opened the show addressing his upcoming match with Gunther at the Royal Rumble, reflecting on whether this could be his final run. Punk interrupted, adding fuel to their tension. Fatal four-way tag team match contender Alpha Academy defeats the New Day, American May, and Los Americanos to earn a shot at the WWE World Tag Team Champion. Like I said, a lot of things happen on Monday Night Raw, but basically, like the way I try to, you know, summarize things is I try to summarize things that really stuck out. And for me, on Monday Night Raw, it was, the whole AJ Styles and CM Punk match. That was a great match until Finn Balor interrupted the match because he was bitter. I have to say, that's the word, bitter. Then, of course, the whole AJ Styles emotional promo in the beginning of the show, addressing that it could be his last run in WWE coming up this Saturday at the Royal Rumble. Don't know if that's going to happen. I'm hoping that it doesn't happen because I feel like it's too soon. But me and my friend was talking about this earlier because he's into wrestling just like me, and he was saying how he feels that it could be something like AJ Styles separates from WWE instead of ending his career, he just leaves WWE and continue his career with TNA. And I kind of agree with that because AJ Styles has been, kind of like popping up a lot in TNA lately, and that recent promo to Santana, and then telling Frankie Kazarian that he wants to be TNA champion one more time. So it's like I would not be surprised if this whole thing between Gunther and AJ Styles is just a way for AJ Styles to exit WWE in a way and go to TNA and continue his career there until he decides to retire. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens tomorrow night on SmackDown where they change the stipulations like, hey, instead of my career ending here, how about something like if I lose, I leave WWE and continue my career elsewhere since I heard your promo about how you're tired of old timers having one more moment here in WWE. I don't know, something like that. That would be pretty dope. Kind of, leave AJ Styles with the option of, okay, I'll leave WWE, I'll go to TNA and continue there. It'll basically give us fans more reasons. Not to say that I don't watch TNA like that, but it'll give more us fans more reasons to tune in to see AJ Styles back in TNA. That'll be dope. Oh man, I feel like I'm looking for something. Where is that? Yeah, then of course we had NXT. Ricky Saints sparks a massive NXT title brawl. A wild multi-man brawl erupted around the NXT championship scene after Ricky Saints stirred the pot backstage and in the ring. Ladder match qualifiers shake up the title picture. Dion Lennox, Keanu Caver both qualify for the upcoming NXT title ladder match, joining Ricky Saints, Shiloh Hill, and Sean Legacy. Backstage attack on Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry was found attacked backstage, adding mystery to and tension to the NXT Championship storyline. Basically this week's summary. What stood out the most? To me, what stood out the most? What up, brother? Yes, sir. Show love to my brother. Everything good, bro? How you been, man? How's the family? I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Glad to see you. Just here talking about figures and what happened so far this weekend, heading into the Royal Rumble. We already know the Royal Rumble is on the corner Saturday, so I'm excited for that. Appreciate you, bro. Like always. But yeah, week summary. What stood out the most? SmackDown delivered the biggest chaos energy with Trick Priest, Zayn, and Orton RKO spree. Raw had the most storyline impact and Balor ruined Punk versus Styles and the emotional career stakes for AJ. NXT pushed the future title scene forward with major ladder match qualifiers and backstage attack mystery. So, like I said, a lot of things happen. We all good as well your way. Yeah, bro, but it's just this crazy ass snowstorm. It's crazy. We're getting another one on like we got hit pretty bad here in Mass. And right now the snow is piled up everywhere. They don't even know what to do with it. And we're about to get hit again this upcoming weekend, which I think is Saturday night into Sunday morning or Saturday into Sunday. I don't even know. So I'm gonna try to switch my days because I usually work Sundays. But it sucks because this weekend is my daughter's birthday, this Saturday, but she's turning 5. And if I do switch my days to work, that means I can spend time with my daughter on her birthday, you know? So it's like, oh man, as a father and as a man, it's stressful sometimes because it's like you trying to, multitask as a dad and multitask as a father, as a man, and it's like people don't know the struggle, bro. Yeah, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but it's like I say, So now I gotta, choose make money or be a dad. And it's like if I miss a day, it messes me up for rent. But if I don't miss a day, I'm looking like a shitty ass dad, you know? So it's like, damn, I need a beer. And I work in the morning. Let me stop. I be at work early, 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 too early. But yeah, man. So it's like work, make money. It's like I said, let's see, because at the end of the day, the way Mother Nature is too, like I haven't seen my daughter in a week because the snowstorm, and it's like I don't want her coming out and getting sick. And even though she hasn't been coming out, she got sick anyway. So it's like, you try to prevent things, and it still happens. But let's see what happens, man. I want to be able to spend some time with her and be able to make money too. So let's see. If I gotta work on Sunday and walk in that snowstorm like I'm Rocky trained to fight Drago, then so be it. So be it. Yo, Adrian, we did it. We made it. Yeah, man, I feel you. But I'm glad you're doing good, bro. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're good, man. It's always good to see you good. It's a blessing to see you guys here. Just open up this bad boy right now. Jeff Jarrett, six figure from AEW, Series 18 on Rival Collection. Badass figure, badass attire. I wish they had a black cowboy hat. Make it look fire for real. We get the next figure here that we're gonna be unboxing. We got, of course, this Illuminati AEW Series 12 collection. Woo! The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I met the Nature Boy last year in Rhode Island Comic Con. Finally got the chance to meet him. I seen Ric Flair a couple of years ago, and I remember it was also in Comic Con. I believe it was like roughly 6 years ago. And I remember, man, I seen Ric Flair and I was hype. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna meet the Nature Boy, baby. I dig into my pockets and I had no more money, and I was like, nah. I was so mad. So I got a woo from him, got some love from him, but I wasn't able to show him some love, like financially. I show him love, but I wasn't able to show him love financially. So meeting him this last year, and seeing how old he is now, and him not having that same energy that he had the first time that I seen him, I was like, damn, my man Ric Flair getting old. So like I said, I got that Ultimate Edition autograph figure from Rick. So this one right here, being that I already met him, and I didn't have this figure when I met him, but I did get the autograph, I'm gonna unbox this bad boy. So here we got one hand. I took a nice little nap when I came back from my boy's house. It was much needed. Smoked 2 fat ass blunts. I was like, yeah, I gotta take a nap. Man, I want to chase, but it's hard to come by. Yeah, for real. You ain't even lying about that one. Because I would love to get the chase too. But I got this one. I was like, you know what? I'll take this one. But yeah, here we got Ric Flair out the box. The robe looking sick. You know, I gotta fix it up because can mess him up. The Nature Boy. Woo! Yes, sir. Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Look at the back, look at the back, look at the back. Let me show you the back real quick. Let me show you the back real quick. This right here is fire. Let me show you the back real quick. Let me stop playing with me. Woo, 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 woo. Yo, Ric Flair for real. Yeah, gotta open up. Now you see, you gotta open up the robe now, cause I just seen that and I'm like, okay, let me see the whole setup. Let me see the whole setup. Okay, okay. I see you, Rick. I see you, Rick. That's fire. Show you again the whole setup. Making sure. Ric Flair. Yeah, man. Woo! Fire. Close it up a little bit, cause you know, dirty edge. Fire. Sick figure for her, I have to say. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Let me see if I left a water in my fridge. Bad, bad, bad. I'm back. Got that water. Cause you know, after a while, you start to get calm out. But yeah, what else we got here tonight? I was thinking about unboxing this figure here, the Series 103 WWE Elites Bobby Lashley with the United States Championship. What do you guys think? Should I unbox this one? Black and yellow, Bobby Lashley. Should I unbox this bad boy? One of my favorite wrestlers right here, also Bobby Lashley, for real. When he won the World Heavyweight Championship, I was hyped. I was like, man, it's about time. I was like, 'cause they play with my man. I remember, man. I remember that I was going for Bobby Lashley hard body. And when he won the belt, I was like, let's go. Let's go. I believe I already got two Bobby Lashley figures unboxed. I see one wearing here with the black and red. And I believe I got another one with the black attire. Yeah, I like Bobby Lashley, you know. Say, I like it. Say, unbox it, bro. Unbox it. But yeah, man, the Royal Rumble. I can't wait for the Royal Rumble. We might have Chris Jericho return. You know, we might have who else? Karrion Cross return. We might have Powerhouse Hobbs debut. Oba Femi debuts in Royal Rumble. LA Knight returns. Like I said, I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. You know, the Royal Rumble don't get promoted like before. Another thing that I've been excited for, that I've been watching a lot lately, is He-Man Masters of the Universe. Well, excuse me, Masters of the Universe, He-Man. That's one thing that I've been excited for. I've been a big He-Man fan for years. If you guys been watching me for years and watching my collection, you guys know that I collect He-Man also. I got a big multi collection downstairs. I got a big, He-Man collection. I got the 1987 Dolph Lundgren He-Man figure that recently came out a couple of years ago. I got that sucker unboxed. I got him, somewhere, which I got to bring upstairs because I had him up here display, but I managed to remodel my room. And, my room is not the biggest room in the world, but it's pretty spacious for me and my collection, and I love it the way it is. Even though sometimes I would love to switch it up and move it, make it bigger, I can't because the wall's permanent. Unless I knock the wall down and remodel it, I'm not doing that. That'd be a lot of work. I always said the day my kids move on and decide to get their own apartment, I will basically keep this room here into a walk-in closet and officially move my stuff in one of the bigger rooms for my, whoever moves out first. Which I'm not kicking them out because of my kids. You know, stay with dad as long as they help and pay with the bills. They can stay with dad as much as they want to. Just make sure you fucking help me. And that's reality, man. Because anywhere you go, you gotta pay bills. Shit. Tell me I'm lying. But anyway, let's unbox this Bobby Lashley. I believe this dropped 2003, so I've been with this figure now for the past 3 years. Bobby Lashley, undisputed United States champion. Yeah, undisputed, man, because Bobby Lashley's a problem. Ever since he's been in AEW, he's been unstoppable. Even though anywhere Bobby Lashley goes, and this is proof. UFC, mixed martial arts, TNA wrestling before, went over there and destroyed the competition. Bobby Lashley's a problem. That's my guy. That's my guy. I got nothing but respect for Bobby Lashley. I'm a real big fan. Big fan. Respect everything he's done for our country and for pro wrestling and everything that he's done just to entertain us fans. He continues to do. Himself and MVP, because MVP still doing his thing. Montel 40s. Making sure this is I hate when these championships come like this. And now they come like this, but they have them a certain way for a while. So it's like you go try to go pose a different way, the little titles pop out. So like right now, I also try to close this thing right now and put force into it. The little plates will pop out because the way the title has been held for the past 6 years. So I've been in the box for 6 years. So yeah, say 5 years, 5.5 years. Still a long ass time. Let's see. Bobby Lashley, cocky as hell, holding the United States Championship, flexing. Six figure, I have to say. I'm a big Bobby Lashley fan. I know I said it multiple times here earlier, but it's the truth, man. And I got nothing but respect for Bobby Lashley. I'm a big fan since he debuted with WWE back in the days when he had that match against Umaga as he was representing Stone Cold Steve Austin and Umaga was representing Vince McMahon. Oh no, excuse me. I'm saying that completely off. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the referee. Umaga was representing um, Vince McMahon and Bobby Lashley was representing Donald Trump, the president of the United States. And Vince ended up getting his head shaved. He ended up getting clotheslined by Trump. That match is crazy. Austin, I think Austin stunned everybody at the end of that match. Austin was just like, you know what, I'm not having it. Mm-mm. No diplomacy. Austin was just stunning everybody, bro. You can't trust the rattlesnake. Austin was not having it. Austin knew. Austin knew what was coming. That's why he was like, I'm stunning everybody now before this man become president. Bro, that's funny. Austin was like, everybody getting it. Nobody's safe. I drank too many beers. Stunner. I drank another beer. Stunner. Austin knew, bro. He was like, everybody getting it. Man. But yeah, let's unbox the figure that we all here for. The one is on that thumbnail. The main reason why you guys are here. The figure that I've been waiting to unbox, which honestly speaking, that I've been hesitant to unbox. We finally came across this, I have to say 50-50, you know, collaboration between Capcom, Street Fighter, and WWE. We came across the whole wave, but of course, I couldn't buy the whole wave. I couldn't buy the whole wave. As much as I would love to spend money on the whole wave, which it was Rey Mysterio, Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, Rey Mysterio was as Ryu, Ultimate Warrior. Matter of fact, what am I talking about? I got this stuff right here. You see? Bam! Got it set up and everything. So you can see Rey Mysterio as Ryu, Ultimate Warrior as Blanca, and the final boss, M. Bison, The Rock. Well, we need Jacob Fatu to do it the same way as Stone Cold. He can do it and get away with it. Yo, facts, bro. You ain't even lying about that one. You're not even lying about that one. You're not even lying about that one, brother. But yeah, this is series one. Series two, Upcoming series 2, I gotta get this wave too. The whole wave of fire. Look, we got John Cena as Guile, Batista as Saget, and of course we got Bianca Belair as Canning. That looks fire. And this is wave 2, series 2. So let me show you guys this badass figure that we got here tonight. We got the final boss, The Rock, the final boss, finisher, the People's Elbow. I don't even want to unbox this bad boy. I don't want to unbox it. The value of this figure is $23.98, I believe. If you don't get it on Walmart.com directly from the store or online, it will roughly cost you 49 and change. Trust me, already Googled it, did my research. But yes, we got the final boss, The Rock, in this collaboration Capcom slash Street Fighter slash WWE box right here, which is fire, I have to say. If you guys can see, The Rock, that's M. Bison. Like I said, I'm just like, damn, should I unbox it? Should I unbox it or should I leave it in the box? Such a pretty figure. Such a pretty figure. It's like, should I unbox this bad boy? What do you guys think? Should I leave it in the box or should I unbox it? Come on, guys, help me out here. Help me out here. You guys are here tuning in, right? Help me out. Give me support. Give me some mental support because I don't know what to do. Leave this bad boy in the box or should I let him come out the box? First time in line, Street Fighter collaboration. WWE Street Fighter collaboration. Oh yeah, check it out. Fire. John Cena. This guy, that looks fire too. Blanca, Ultimate Warrior. And this right here is Wave 3. Yokozuna as E Honda, Dominic Mysterio as Ken, and Ultimate Warrior as Blanca. Oh man. Let's unbox this bad boy. Open it, look at it, and put it back. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can, just in case I do want to put it back in the box. Damn. Okay, we're gonna have to do it like this. I was trying to do it from the side. So I guess the only way to properly unbox it without damaging the box. This is fire. The background of the box alone is fire. The box is unboxed, opened up. Check out the back trademark. Fighting scene between M. Bison and Guile. That's fire. Oof. So we have the final boss out the box. Yo, you don't even know, bro. You know the struggle. Laughing at me. I'm like, hell yeah, I think about seeing that time with this motherfucker. Making sure I ain't missing nothing, making sure I ain't leave nothing in the box. But yeah, we got the Rock, final boss, and Bison look. I ain't gonna lie, this attire looks badass on the Rock. For some reason, I don't know, the Rock looks taller. He's looking like a pimp for real. Ooh. The Rock got the Shazam look with the glasses. Look into my eyes. Badass figure. Let's see how this goes. This just came off. I feel like box the Rock. Okay, okay. Check it out. This figure looks badass. So glad I unboxed it. Didn't want to unbox it, but so glad I did because look at the definition on this figure. This picture right here doesn't do justice compared to holding this figure in your hand. Sorry, this freaking thing out of mine is on. I'm trying to set my thing up a certain way and it always. But yeah. This figure right here is just, I don't know. So fire. And for some reason, I don't know, I feel like this figure is taller than any rock figure. Let me see. I got another rock figure here. Eh, about the same height. Yeah. Which is definitely the attire. The attire The Rock is wearing. The attire he's wearing with this red and black bison look. Welcome to the chat. But yeah, this figure right here, Street Fighter WWE collaboration, The Rock as M Bison. I have to say, no regrets on making the purchase. Unboxing the figure does it more justice because he keep it in the box. You don't get to see the details to this figure. Like I said, awesome collaboration between WWE and Street Fighter, Capcom, may I say. And wow, I'm very impressed. At first, I was like, it looks kind of corny. Here we go. But after having to unbox it and personally purchasing it myself, I have to say I was wrong. Definitely regret not being able to pick up the Ultimate Warrior Blanca and Ryu's Rey Mysterio. Not because I didn't want to, but I had to be responsible and put my bills before anything. And that's what adulting is all about. Is deciding what's more important to you. A wrestling figure or your bills. And as much as I love collecting my wrestling figures, I have to be realistic. I was like, nope, my bills are more important. So I passed on those. I regret it. But at the end of the day, we never know. We might come across them again and get them because that's how word life is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Appreciate the love. Don't forget to smash that like button if it's your first time here. Welcome to the Marvelous Wrestling community. If you so far enjoy what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share some love. Tune in every week. Let me give a quick recap on the figures that we did unbox here tonight and things that we did talk about. We talked about the Royal Rumble, of course. We talked about what happened Monday Night Raw. We talked about what happened on SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event, Monday Night Raw, and NXT. Then we did get into the Royal Rumble. We had predictions. We predicted. And if you didn't watch and you missed, make sure you play it back and catch all the live action. We did unbox some figures tonight here. We got 4 figures that we unboxed tonight. The first figure that we started with was this Double J Jeff Jarrett figure from AEW. I have to say, this figure right here is pretty sick. Love the fact that I unboxed it and see all the little details. That, like I said, once you have a figure in the box, you don't see all the details. But when you unbox this bad boy, and you see all the details, it's like, wow. I'm so glad I did. Second figure we unboxed was another AEW Illuminati's Ric Flair with the pink and silver robe, sick figure, sick details. Like I said, woo! Delivered. Third figure we unboxed here tonight on the live stream, as we talked about wrestling, was Bobby Lashley figure with the United States Championship. Bobby Lashley, also one of my favorite wrestlers. Shout out to Bobby Lashley doing his thing in AEW. Unfortunately, he departed with WWE, but not mad at him. You know, gotta chase that money, gotta make that money, take care of the family. And I completely understand. Money talks and bullshit walks. You know? And yes, and last but not least, we finally got this final boss, Capcom collaboration Street Fighter MWE. The box was hesitant to unbox it, but I'm so glad that I did because as you can see, it was worth it. Shout out to Walmart for having these in my local area. Glad I got the final boss and Bison. So fire, so sick. If you smell what Bison is cooking. If you guys enjoyed what you're seeing tonight, enjoyed everything we talked about, and think you'll be back, make sure you subscribe, show some love, like I said, and see you guys next week. Don't forget to collect what you love. Can't wait for the Royal Rumble. Have a good night. Stay safe, stay marvelous. And one more time, baby, collect what you fucking love. Peace out, guys. Love ya.